Hello, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Professor Rodney. Thanks for the time that is given to me. Here, I want to presentation my material, my design learning activity that can I use later as a teacher. So this design learning activity is about learning about asking and giving direction based on the listening through problem-based learning. So, so let me introduce myself first. My name is Hindiani Putri, and my ID number is 20120211195. I'm from 3G class English Language Education. So let's move to the next slide, which is in the next slide is the table of the contents that will I discuss for the next. The first is the first content is about skills, and then the second content is about scope, and then implementation or step by step by learning activity, and then the strength from problem-based learning, limitation from problem-based learning, and the last is closing. So let's go to the next slide. Okay, in this slide is about skill in my design strategy. In my design strategy learning activity, the skill I choose that the skill that I choose is listening skills, and the scope. This is design or this is a learning activity that we'll use in junior high school 7th grade. And for the material is about asking and giving direction. And the strategy that we'll use is problem-based learning. Okay, the next slide is implementation or step by step that learning activity will do. So first is the media. The media that that will do in this learning activity first is audio, and the second is worksheet, and the last is the teacher. The audio, the worksheet, and the PowerPoint is prepared by the teacher, and then the tools is laptop or smartphone, Zoom or Google Meet, and then the internet connection. Because this is for the online class or during uh, or it will do during. So the tools is like laptop, smartphone, and internet connection. Okay, next is the learning step will do in this design or this strategy learning activity. In general, there are three steps that beginning step with opening. This is the first step, and then the second step is core activity. What we'll do in this learning activity in core activity? First, teacher will play and the student will listen the audio that teachers play for the students. The audio is about giving and asking direction. First speakers will ask about a place or something, and then the second speaker will giving direction about the first speaker question. And then the causing activity, I'm sorry, and after the student listen the audio, the teacher will give the student the worksheet, and after that, the student will do that, will study that worksheet. And then the closing activity. The closing activity consists of evaluation and summary of learning results. So in this closing activity, the student will ask that the material they don't ask, they still don't understand, and then evaluation from the teacher about the core activity before. Okay, the next slide is this is example that worksheet that will we do in this learning activity. Okay, from this learning activity, the teacher or the student will see the problem. The problem, for example, uh, the first student that in resto, and then they and C will go to the um, Graves Island example. So that's problem, and then uh, after that, the another student will give direction of how to go from Reso to Graves Island. Okay, and then but in this learning activity, the skills that students achieve is listening skill. Okay, the next slide is trying of a problem-based learning strategy. So I have two strength a problem-based learning strategy. First is can facilitate the occurrence of a student-centered problem-based learning. Okay, in problem-based learning, uh, the student it will be center of this learning activity or a student center. So the student should be active and creative in this learning activity, and the teacher just as the facilitator. And then the stimulates curiosity. So this the stimulate curiosity, like stimulate a sense to observe, motivate, and increase student involvement in solving a problem. Okay, the next slide is about limitation of problem-based learning. First is it take a lot of time because all after listening to a topic, they have to follow up by looking for data from various sources in an attempt to solve the problem. And the second limitation is the teachers tend to find it difficult to find listening material that is relevant to the level students' language skills. Okay, that's all my presentation today. I hope you enjoy with this presentation, and I hope this my design is interesting for you, and will you do for the learning activity in your class as the teacher. And I'm sorry if I have mistake from this presentation. And if you have a question, please contact me present. I will answer your question, and I will do the best for answer your question. Okay, thank you. That's all my presentation, and see you next time. Thank you.